again. It's Jake Guttman with Rosevest Financial. After a brief hiatus for a month or so, here to enjoy a glass of whiskey, in this case Bullet, nothing too fancy, on this fine Wednesday and share with you the latest economic trends and financial updates. Because it's just easier at the end of the day to talk numbers and forecasts in a comfortable setting. So I'm glad you're here. Let's dive into the news that seems to be giving everyone the most heartburn these days. But before we do, let me just remind you to tune into the end of the video for required disclosures, which is our favorite part per usual. So let's start with inflation and the big R word, in this case recession. Two topics getting a lot of coverage lately, and they no doubt influence markets and investment strategies. While new reports and forecasts are released almost daily, it seems, it was encouraging to see that the latest CPI report, or Consumer Price Index report, indicated inflation had finally begun to slow in April for the first time since August. For anyone buying consumer goods, that's of course a good sign. As for recession fears, the markets are still being classified as jittery about the prospect, and one analyst said despite a number of factors influencing the market, from the war in Ukraine to inflation to rising interest rates and overseas COVID lockdowns, the S&P 500 is still trading above its historical, what can be technically called recession benchmark. Now, it doesn't equate perfectly, but this is typically around 3,000, according to data. While the Federal Reserve raised rates in April, the Reserve itself indicated it would do so again in the coming months, perhaps multiple times. It vowed to avoid the mistakes they made during the 1970s, which some of you may remember, when rapidly rising rates drove economic performance down. Gas prices are expected to remain high for some time, according to analysts, and as global food exports remain disrupted by the war in Ukraine, the Biden administration has introduced new efforts to ramp up production from U.S. farmers. So as a whole, that about covers the bulk of recent economic headlines, although, as you know, things can always change quickly. Please remember, as always, that nothing we talk about here is a recommendation. Once again, this is Jake Guttman with Rosevest Financial. If you'd like to discuss your personal financial situation, please give us a call at 480-951-5300. We'd be happy to talk about your individual needs. So happy Wine or Whiskey Wednesday, whichever is your poison. Perhaps it's tequila. I don't know. Maybe it's fun today. Have a great day. Happy Wine Wednesday, Whiskey Wednesday, and I'll talk to you soon.